Alright, here I am again, and I'm gonna show you how to put a knitting pin on your shoulder and how to tension the yarn around either the pin or the neck. Okay, this is part of the very basics of Portuguese style knitting, which relies in making a pulley system to work with your yarn and needles. Here is, I prefer to use the knitting pin. I'm again gonna show you both, but the knitting pin, it's a piece of a safety pin and a hook put together in one little tool, and it's very helpful to perform this style of knitting. With the knitting pin, you're going to hook this around your shirt and close the safety pin part, okay? And the hook should be facing up like a fishing hook, okay? I use on my left shoulder because I learned this way. However, you are welcome to use either the left shoulder or the right shoulder. When we actually use two colors for Portuguese knitting, either for Fair Isle or for brioche or for several techniques that you need one or more colors of yarn, you can use 2 pins, you can use 3 pins, 4 pins. I have used actually 4 pins at a time. This is gonna come later. Let's learn how to use one. And for that reason, I put one on my left shoulder. Here you have the yarn that you're going to work with, and you are going to tension the yarn from left to right and around a finger on your right hand. Okay? Right now I don't have anything attached to it. I'm just showing you how to put this yarn around the pin and keep it this pulley system. The same way around your neck. Okay? Same thing, but you are going to choose either your neck or the pin, not both. Now I'm gonna show you when I have yarn attached to the needles. Again, my work is hanging here. This is the working yarn going to the ball. I put the ball on my right side. The yarn is coming from left to right of the pin, around the finger on your right hand, going to the ball. So again, this is the pulley system here. There is a very fine control, okay, when you do this. But with the yarn around your finger, you are going to let this yarn run through, and you are going to control how much yarn you're going to feed your work or how much yarn you're going to tension. And you're going to learn as you start knitting this style how to do this. But here it is. You want to keep your work in a distance that is comfortable for you to see what you're doing. For me would be about like this, okay? And you want to put this tension quite tight. It's almost like a guitar string here. Because if you don't keep this tight, you're not gonna be able to work and work your stitch properly. So again, keep this work in a comfortable distance for you to see what you're doing. Keep this tight. The yarn comes from the work around the knitting pin or around your neck and around a finger on your right hand. Let's talk a little bit about the tension. So when you start knitting Portuguese style, if you feel your stitches are too tight, you are going to relax a little bit on this finger. First thing you're going to try. So instead of wrapping around my middle finger, I would wrap around a weak finger like my ring finger. And you cannot grasp this so tight, and that should relax your tension, okay? On the other hand, if this is too loose and you can't work, you're going to try to wrap this yarn around some fingers like that and give more tension to it. Okay, so you have to work, you have to practice, and you have to start getting your stitches to get this tension right. Don't be discouraged. It takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of time to get this tension right, but once you get it, it's gonna be so easy, and it's gonna be so ergonomic, and it's gonna be so you're not gonna even think. It's like learning how to drive. It's a little bit hard at the beginning, but once you learn how to drive, you get home, you don't even know how you got there. You didn't think about driving at all. It's gonna be the same. Be patient with yourself and watch this video over and over again if you need to learn how to set up. And happy Portuguese knitting. If you want to learn more, and if you want to learn Portuguese knitting from beginning to end, please check my complete class. I have a class available on the style that is going to teach you how to set up, how to use the pin, how to do the knits, the purl, all the stitches, increases, decreases, bind off, cast on, and much more. So please check AndreaWongKnits.com and check my class on Portuguese style knitting, the basics.